Well, I started without any a, a, a thing intro. So it's been a little bit. Don't know what I'm doing right now. It's going to take me a minute to get used to everything. Good to see all of you. And this is going to be surprising, this new intro. Thank you so much, Gigi. I love it. It took a lot to put it together. And we'll see. There she is. We'll see what YouTube does. I don't know if I should wait till more get in and then show it, or just show it and they can look back later.
You just do whatever you like. Hey, what?
So do I need to go full screen to show it, or it'll just do it itself, just like always, right?
Yeah, as soon as you click on that brand thing on the side, it'll just start going until it's done, and then it comes right back to you after.
Okay. So we're going to see what YouTube does with this, because YouTube.
Well, like I said, they don't do anything. Just when your video is done and posted, you'll just get one of those little a copyright, but no impact on your video.
Okay.
Because I loaded it up on mine and left it private to see what it would do. So I know for sure you won't get a red check mark. I double checked everything. And you did put the little music copyright thing, whatever, right?
Yes, on YouTube.
Awesome.
And on this video. Do I need to do it every time I go live?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, do I? Okay.
Yeah, because I haven't... because I don't know how else to put that code kind of in, and yeah, sorry.
Well, I did it on YouTube, and they're the ones that we have a problem with, not StreamYard, right?
Right.
So it's in my channel. Like, I went into my studio and I put it underneath the other one in the.
But see that the information for that music isn't embedded into the video. That's why it usually has to be, into your description box.
Okay. But let me say hi to everybody. Be charming. Good to see you. Larry, Matt, Daniel. It's good to see all of y'all. Okay. So we'll go ahead and play it and see what happens. And I want y'all's honest opinion, please, because just tell me if it's too much, because I went way off the rail with this.
Yes, I would appreciate the honesty as well, as I always tell Barney when I'm doing something. This is yours. You're the one that's choosing the music, choosing what you want to see, and whatever else. Yeah. I just kind of put it together so that it kind of goes along with the music kind of thing.
Oh, Bundy, it's good to see you. I've been worried about you. I haven't seen you anywhere.
Yeah. Ow!
And Ian, good to see you. Okay, that's right. Here we go. We'll play it and see what y'all think. Well, I guess it's going to mute me anyway. Okay. What y'all think? it, it's a story. We have all been through sorrows, we've all been through joys, we've all been through everything all together globally. It is globally. And, but I just wanted it new life, new, new beginnings, new, I don't know. I'm not getting
Stand
anything
what you
yet.
believe in. It's pretty wild to see it actually on a full screen kind of thing for because of the way I make it and whatever. I was like, oh wow, this is kind of neat for change.
Yes, it looks amazing. I love it. I don't I don't know if anybody else does.
I know one thing, I got that song embedded in my head. Because I got, because I'm always doing the little timing and the lining up at certain parts or whatever.
You
It was
did it
funny
for
too. I didn't realize. So I'm like, okay, yeah, it's all good, whatever. And then I started doing the little flips and the whatever on the things, and all of a sudden I went, oh, that kind of changed the timing of stuff. Now I gotta mess around with it again. It's
no,
amazing just what a couple of seconds will do.
true. But the music was perfect with each thing that was happening. It loved it.
I like the part with especially the flower, the yellow flower. There was a certain part of the music I'm like, it has to
Yes.
end here. And I don't know what I did, but somehow I lost like, I don't know, say 5 or 10 seconds or something when I was doing something like, why is this way off? And it was like, somehow the first clip with the horse riding was like half the speed or something. I don't know what I did. I'm like, okay, so I just started moving everything over again. But yeah, it worked out pretty good. But yeah, all of a sudden I was like, oh, right, I want to fix that one picture because I know what you wanted in there. So yeah, found one. I was like, oh, goody, I found a good one.
Hey, Carl, good to see you.
Wolverines!
From Canada in hours.
Yeah, all our rails are shut down, but the government has now stepped in and gone, yeah, nope, can't do that. Get your ass back to work.
Why are the trains shut down, though?
Yeah, well, I can't. The one company, I believe they haven't had a raise or something for 10 years or something. I'm like, if that's what I'm hearing is true, I'm like, yeah, well, no wonder I'd be fighting for a raise too. Midnight train, Georgia.
Yep, oh, check that out. What life?
Come in and get one of your ashes.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm gonna drop the link. Y'all are not saying anything about the intro. Feedback, please. Is it too much? Is it? Do you get it? Is it like? Does it speak to you? Does it suck? I mean, I truthfully want whichever it is. You missed the intro. Okay, I'm gonna play it again because Carl wasn't here either. Oh, speaking of Carl, called him right on up here.
I missed whatever you said. I can't get this out of my head now. Do 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 do. Wonder Woman, you're Wonder Woman.
So you
Remember
did
that?
see it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I saw it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
It
play it
was
again for
good.
wildlife.
It was good. It was good. It just got corny at the end with the Wonder Woman and Ares and Steve Trevor dying part.
Corny. That's just it. He was willing to give his life to save the
Oh,
country.
you know the movie.
Why do you think I used it?
Oh, well, all right. Most people don't even know who Steve Trevor is.
So that's why I used both of those, B and Wonder Woman.
I'm just picking on you, Bonnie. I'm nostalgic. I resist change. I want your old one back.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, Life's paying attention now, so I'm gonna play it again. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I can't stay anyways. I just came up here to give you the review and give you a hard time.
Aw,
Well, I just stopped working on the truck and I got to put stuff away. Maybe I'll come back, but I got stuff I got to do.
okay, I understand. Thank you,
All
Carl.
right. Thanks for
Thank
letting me
you
up.
for your lovely comments about my corny intro. All right, here you go, Live. Kiss off, you don't get it. Dang it. It's about love conquering all. It's about standing up. It's about what are we willing to risk? It's about new life. It's about all of it. I tried to get it all in there together. Hey, John Dunning, good to see you. I'm not Wonder Woman, but it's just, I really like her. she's badass. But it was everything she said. It was, and special thank you to a friend that told me to watch V for Vendetta. I have never seen it until I don't know how long ago it was. And it was, love you too, baby. Thank you. Wasn't what I expected. In the middle, I had to stop it, and I was all mad and pissed off, and no, he can't treat her that way, and and it was keep watching, just keep watching, kept watching, and then I saw what the deal was, and it was okay. I'm glad I watched it, and that's why I had to use that part in there too. Hi, what life? How are you?
Good evening, Miss Bonnie. I'm doing well. Yeah, I like that part from V V Vendetta. That's a good movie.
Yeah, yeah. I was poor Gigi. That was like um, the fourth one that she had sent to me, and each one I was like, okay, take this out and add this, and so I was looking at videos, I was looking at clips, I was looking at the the moving wall. I don't know if you noticed that in there with the military and the flag. It was kind of layered all together, and I was like, oh, this is just perfect because I wanted the moving wall in there, and because I've seen the moving wall, and it's when you go to that, it's like, oh, hey, mate, Puppet.
So this
And
was your
Hello, how?
directorial debut.
I'm sorry.
So this was your directorial debut.
Yes, it's a new intro to see if YouTube is going to let me use it, and also to see if it was liked or not. And it's been kind of um, mixed. I think I don't know.
I didn't catch it, but I've seen V for Vendetta. It's a decent movie.
Well, it's not just that. You'll just have to rewind.
That's right.
How's
Before I forget, I did see a video, which is the link I posted. Anybody who has a 2023 GR Toyota Corolla, apparently there's been 2 cases where they've randomly just caught on fire and completely burned.
oh no? And what year was that?
2023 GR Corolla from Toyota. So if you have one or are thinking about getting one, maybe get it checked.
That's a heck of a way to roast some marshmallows, ain't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Give me a second here. I'll repost that link.
Thank you. I had not
Just,
heard of that.
I literally just saw the video before I seen you went live.
Everything
right
is getting
there.
recalled.
Yeah, there is so
Well,
much going on. I saw
that's
Bushcraft
the
about the foods and
yeah. There was a lot going on, but as far as the recall thing, Toyota's not even doing that. In the first case, they said, "Oh, you were going 85 miles an hour. We can't help you. You're on your own." The second one, they said, "Well, we don't know why it's in the video if you watch the clip." And the second one, the guy reports that the other person was told, "Well, we don't know what caused the fire. You're on your own." Toyota's just leaving them out, hanging them
But
out to dry.
that's how any automotive company. That's how they operate these days. Somebody could have something go really wrong or something bad, but until there's enough people that have filed that particular claim about that particular thing, they won't classify it as a recall until they have so many, until
Until
there's
they get enough.
thousands of
Yep.
reports.
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Chris, it's
Yep.
good to see you.
That's for sure.
That's there was I'm telling you, y'all gotta letters to the FDA. They are they, they've
What are they
gone
doing
crazy.
now?
They
I'm sure
just
it's nothing good, but
um
It's the FDA. What's good about it?
yes, exactly.
like the Department of Education, same thing. I don't know what good it is,
Sorry,
but
All of
I
them.
shouldn't have said that.
Oh, you're all right. We talked
they should
about
definitely get rid of the Department of Education and leave the education to the individual states.
yes, well, but I'm kind of arguing with Texas about that anyway. Um,
Anywho,
so this is the headline: FDA signs off on updated COVID-19 vaccines from Moderna and Pfizer.
huh. I had heard that they were starting to go around for round 2 of the snake bites.
Interesting timing, isn't it? And that's what I've been seeing. Um, the M thing.
MP.
No, the pox.
Yeah,
I
MP.
you. Oh, okay. Yes, MP. I thought you said T. I'm sorry.
Sorry. It's the Georgia lag. It happens sometimes.
Yeah,
Well,
sometimes it does.
and it's been a while, and I'm nervous, and
Don't be nervous about it. Just pray about it.
uh,
From what I heard, this is something you have to have like serious contact with or something. This ain't like something that's just randomly airborne. You know what I mean?
well,
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
I heard that BG, you all know who that is, right?
Yeah.
Is going to put it in the lines across the sky to
Yeah,
Oh,
make
that
there's.
wouldn't surprise
I
me.
heard one internet rumor that that's what they're already doing
putting
with the plane farts.
putting sicknesses in them.
Yeah, I only
Oh,
heard
they've
it
been,
once, so I haven't looked into the plane farts dropping uh, the newfangled thing to be scared of. Apparently,
well, the
of
fact that
course,
they've
people are
admitted to do it hundreds of times before in the past would only lead you to believe they would continue to do it.
right.
Yes,
Well, I mean, you have all these over the last like 2 or 3 years, all these people dropping dead from the first snake bite. I mean,
yes, and that's why I think that if everyone it just started, you don't even have to write a letter, just email. You can there's you can go to your state site and it has a list. It even has their phone numbers. It has their emails, their phone numbers,
mhm.
and just start contacting who you need to contact about any grievances that you have. Because I think if enough people do that, they're going to start realizing, oops, or something. I, yeah, this has been an up and down roller coaster time for me with everything that's going on. My mom's still in ICU. Um, it's just up and down. And uh, so I've tried to stay out of the news because more stress is not it. But then, good night, Jeffrey. Thank you for coming by. Um,
That's why I stick to the independent YouTube or just news article media
well,
uh, rather than the talking heads. But
and
even that, I keep to a minimum because
yes,
you
and
know,
so that's what I'll do. News break comes on my phone. I guess Androids, it just does that.
Oh, I
yeah,
had
And
to
the
block them
news break.
people.
Yeah, I was gonna say I usually uninstall the news break app for my own personal preference. Um, but it's your phone; you can uh, do whatever you wish.
They
well,
were sending me too many stories. I had to block them. Like, it's too much news.
Yeah,
yeah,
well, that's why I usually stick to like W7 or Marfugal, Common Sense Show on Rumble. And maybe some random news article stuff that I find searching the interwebs.
well,
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Miss Bunny. Go ahead.
um, I scan through it, and if it's something that I think needs to be addressed, then I'll save it.
Oh, speaking of saving things, did you guys hear about the from Redacted about the 30,000 illegal immigrant children? Just well, they say they vanished. More than likely, they were trafficked. I really hope not, but that's probably what happened.
Goodness.
Just
Yeah.
pure
They went,
evil. Pure evil.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's probably
And then,
more from what they said in Redacted because they had in their email newsletter a PDF of the what they were talking about. It's probably more than 30,000. It's just that's the ones they know about. So or so they claim.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's too many.
yep,
Yeah,
it's a lot
I,
more.
I agree.
I just saw that nail salons are a front for that.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? I
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
It wouldn't surprise me either. And
hey,
besides, see that with
just
my
more
daughter.
stories like that are coming out. Different. You know.
Yep.
Now,
So y'all been doing okay?
oh, I can't complain none.
Yep. Still out playing in traffic. Well, and even if you
Well,
did, it wouldn't do any good. So
well, I could have today because I was in rush hour traffic and it was just horrible today. It's just one of those days.
oh yes, the joys of rush hour traffic.
I
I'm
ain't
I'm
very
telling you
familiar with
nothing you
rush hour
don't know
traffic.
as a truck driver.
Oh yeah, I see
Larry.
it every day. The sheer level. Sorry, go ahead. What were you saying, Miss Bonnie?
I was just saying hello to Eric and thank you.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
But no, the sheer level of stupidity I see out here on a daily basis is mind blowing. How people can be that stupid and still operate a motor vehicle is beyond me. But okay.
I have seen a lot of that since, oh my goodness, before Thanksgiving last year. It just seems
Yeah,
getting worse and worse.
It does. It's like they get in the car and turn the brain off.
Yes. And
these are the same people that want flying cars.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
no, I
Well,
don't think
my
it up.
favorite thought. You don't think what?
I don't think that's a good idea, but go ahead.
Well, I don't either. But I think personally, what we should do is remove all the warning labels and let the problem sort itself out.
Very true. If
It's a
they're
meme, but uh, I feel personally that's a pretty accurate way to solve the problem.
it would definitely there has to be a reason that they put those warning labels on there.
Well, here's how to think about the warning labels. Every single time you see a warning label and you read what the warning is, just realize somebody was stupid enough to do whatever it tells you not to do on that warning label.
Yes, but they put it on everything now. I mean, I got this
Oh,
little
yeah.
bag today, and it's about 6 inches tall, and it has a Velcro closing,
Hmm.
um, and a big sticker on it. This is not for children to play with, and I was like,
Sure.
and it even though it's almost like a paper bag, but thicker,
Hmm.
and I thought, di- I don't know. My granddaughter knows to ask me for anything. She just,
Well, right, but that's because you've taught her common sense, though. She knows that, hey, there's certain things I'm not supposed to touch. If I don't know, I ask.
thank you, Keebler. Good to see you.
No, not a lot of people, sadly, have that anymore.
yeah, they
Matter
even
of fact,
have warning labels on air fresheners that say "Warning: may cause your floor to be slippery if oversprayed."
Well,
yep.
and that's in working restaurants, stores, whatever. Anytime you mop and you have to put the little yellow thing there.
Yellow wet floor signs or
Yes.
caution, hot coffee. Like, well, duh, stupid. It's coffee. It's hot. Yeah, of course.
We thought you wanted it that way.
Right. Well, it's just like if you search the internet for the Death of Common Sense poem, you can find it. It still exists.
Yeah. Um, there's a book. I think I told y'all about it the last time I was live. Death of Common Sense in America. And, um,
Oh, I dare say the world, not just America, but definitely here.
right. And uh, yeah, but it's a book. Can't remember. Uh,
I'm going to check it out. You said Death of Common Sense in America?
yes, that's what I'm checking to see if I saved it after I told about it.
As I say, check Kindle or Amazon or Audible. It might be in one of those three places.
It's called The Death of Common Sense: How Law is Suffocating America.
Okay. I'll remember that.
And it is on Amazon. When I clicked on it, because at first I shared the link of just that, and it's too big, and so I clicked on it, and it went straight to Amazon, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, my name's on the top. I'm not sharing this link. I'm not
Right.
getting on my Amazon."
Yeah, we
No.
totally wouldn't like order everything on the shopping cart.
All of a sudden, yep.
Yeah. Put it on your wish list.
Yeah, I've got a handful of things on my wish list.
I don't have a wish list. Maybe I should create one.
Oh my goodness, Ann.
And I share it from time to time in case someone wants to get me something for Christmas or a birthday. It gives them some ideas to think of.
And I'm still showing that we're live, and
Yeah, we're still live, I think. I'm pretty sure.
I think everything. Okay, Gigi said it's all good. Thank you.
Thank goodness Gigi saw it because I'm operating a vehicle with a headset, so I can't look and check.
Do you have invisible rope and magic lasso? I wish, Lauren. I love that. That's the one thing. If I could get from her, it would be that. Yep.
I would just take the ability to fly. I'd be good with that.
Yeah.
Or teleport.
November.
Flying or teleportation, either one. I'd be okay with having.
I don't know. If I could have a power, I don't know what it would be.
I don't either, but that it seems to do everything. Like you just snap it and wrap everybody up and in a neat package, and here you go.
Hmm.
I
It is
was
interesting when you. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it was interesting in your new intro video when you played V for Vendetta. One of the quotes from the movie was "Remember, remember the 5th of November," and our elections are on the 5th of November this year,
Yes.
which don't always happen that way. It's the date changes as far as the election. It's weird how they have it worded, but it's the first Tuesday after the first Monday. So we had to have an official Monday first, and it's that following Tuesday after the first Monday in November. That's how it goes. So that's why the date changes. It might be November the 8th or November it may change.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That,
sent me a mail-in ballot thing to my house, to where I could fill it out, and they'd send me a mail-in ballot.
Goodness.
They
They don't
just sent you one?
Yeah, they sent. I didn't ask for it. They sent one. So
and that's
if
how it's done.
if I do decide to vote by mail, what I'll do is I'll just call and request one.
But see, that's how it's done. So if you're in a rental and, well, I don't know, like how many different people have lived in that rental in 4 years. And so they send one to each person that's lived in that rental. And what if that one person fills each one of them out and sends it back in?
Yeah, I mean something like that could happen.
Yeah.
As far as I know, so far where we're renting right now, they only sent the one. But
I was just watching Texas News Studios before I went live. And before Dorinda was making a pumpkin craft. It was pretty cool. And they were saying that Germany just, what did they do? Oh my goodness. Germany just, I know they went high alert, but something happened at the military base and they're sending NATO. It had to do with NATO. NATO is
Yeah, they're on high alert with the
to Germany and other countries, or Germany is sending troops to other countries.
Let me see. I'll put an article in the back chat for you. This may be the one you saw.
Yeah, it was just him reading it, and he said it had just come up. So you probably do have the original article.
Of course, that's just one article. I don't know about the particular source, but I mean, there's several different news sources are putting out the same thing. So
Yep, potential threat. That's what they called it. Thank you.
and that's, as we know, that's a pretty broad term, you know.
Hey, Garrett. Good to see you.
and that's usually by design, though.
Yeah. So, how do we stay positive, keep our morale up during all this?
Oh, that's easy. I'm absolutely positive this world is completely screwed up.
No,
Oh, is that not what you meant?
no. We can't have that attitude.
Yeah, well, it's true, sadly. Now, what works for me is Jesus. I leave it to him. He gives me peace about it, and then I'm good.
Well, yeah. Um, that's. I had a mowing team come today. There was four of them, and they came and mowed, and
Nice.
um, the head guy, he went to school with my kids, so the
You,
so I
by
knew
the way,
him.
do you? Speaking of mowing yards, do you know that they have a Roomba, an outdoor Roomba that will mow your lawn? It'll map and mow your lawn.
Oh yeah,
No,
It'll take like 2 hours to mow your lawn, but it'll do it.
no, not
Yeah, like the little robot vacuums, but it's a robot lawnmower, and it sits out, say, next to your garage, and then like once a day or once every couple of days, it'll go out, and first few times it'll map the yard or whatever, and it'll
So
just go and mow the entire yard.
what are people going to do whenever these things just start
Malfunctioning?
popping on, or you know, oh, the kids are outside playing? Uh, so no, no, there's too many things that can happen. No.
Well, sure, there's a potential for injury or something to go wrong, absolutely. But
Yes.
Some of the people who have them, I've seen a few people on YouTube that have them and they use them and seem to work okay.
They
But
got
what
a
I
new
was
movie coming out about that.
about what
I don't
machine?
remember. Yeah, it was. Uh, I can't think of it, but it's a movie. It's some new movie they got coming out, and I seen the. It's a movie called Y2K or something Y2K. I
Yeah.
seen the trailer for it the other day, but anyway, yeah.
Only movie I've seen recently is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I finally saw that the other day.
I
That's
heard
pretty good.
people have been watching that. How did you watch it?
Well, there's two ways. I saw it legit in the theater. Went to my local theater and watched it, but I also have an app that I use on my phone or my web browser that I can sign into with my Gmail account, and then I can watch movies.
Oh, okay.
Current movies, old school movies, TV shows, whatever.
It'll show
It,
up sometime.
well, what when I'm not driving here, because I only got an hour on my clock, so I won't be driving too much longer. I'm just looking for a place I can find halfway decent parking, and then I'll type it in the private chat to give you the name of it.
It's funny you mentioned those robots. When I was a kid, I always used to like to tinker and draw and sketch different stuff that just came to my imagination, But
Hmm.
believe it or not, if I could ever go to my mom's house and dig out my old sketch journals and stuff when I was a kid, of course, I was born in '88, so me being a kid was like mid '90s. Mid
Sure,
'90s, uh, we didn't have no cable, no internet. So I mean, everything I'm sketching is just stuff I'm sketching. But I said, man, it'd be cool if we could have like robots. They could just cut grass and do stuff like that. And I made these sketches. And then it was a while back when I seen the first,
yeah, I
like
don't
you
think I
said,
got dial up
the
until
Roomba
mid '90s.
lawnmower came out. It looked real similar to the sketch that I did. I was thinking,
Yeah,
Who
you
got
know,
a hold of your sketch?
no, yeah. And I used to do that. I used to draw stuff like that. And then my grandma always taught me because she was an artist. She said, whenever you draw stuff or you have an idea, make sure you sign it and put a date on it. And
Hey,
that's what I
Portia.
did.
Yes.
makes sense.
But yeah, I always thought about, I was thinking of stuff. Yeah, I got all type of weird sketch. Ain't no telling what I drew, but that was just like one of the main things that I can remember that I thought of as a kid.
Sure.
Where it came from, I don't know. They probably already had stuff like that in development. Just a lot of the technology we have now is probably at least 100 years in the development.
Possibly, who knows?
Well, supposedly, once we hear about it, it's 20 years old. It's already been done.
That's probably closer to 40, but yeah, okay, we'll go with that.
Some things, yeah, depends.
Well,
But yeah,
because
usually by the time we hear
the
about it, it's already is in play
the
or in
first
pop.
the one firsthand, I guess you would say it's a unconfirmed report or rumor. I heard from an individual uh, quite a few. Well, 20 years ago. I had heard back then that the technology that they're holding back, and this was back then, it was far more advanced than what we think it is. And I think they were saying it was in the conversation I overheard. It was closer to. By the time we get it, they've had it for like 40 years.
Artist and poet, good to see you. Hey, Steve, aloha.
Yeah,
Good to
Hello to
people,
the chat.
we think of electric cars and Teslas being something new, but you can go back and look in history. There were certain inventors and stuff that were coming out with electrical inventions like that
Well,
the
that's why
mid
they
to
killed
late
Ted.
1800s.
That's
You
why
know,
Yes.
they killed off Tesla and stole his diary so they could lock down all the stuff he was coming up with.
I mean, there was
Or at least that's the prevailing theory, anyway.
actual documented and not footage, but photographs of when they had electric scooters in New York. This was like 1908, 1910.
Yeah, I remember seeing some of those photos. I've seen a few of those
Uh,
making the rounds on the interwebs.
but
Makes you wonder how Trump's uncle got the documents, huh?
oh, there was definitely some great thinkers at that
Who
time,
knows?
um, for sure. And where they came up with these ideas, I mean, how could you come up with something like that unless you had some type of, I don't know, spiritual or out of body connection? Because they didn't have any TVs or YouTubes or Tubies or, you know what I mean? They didn't have nothing they could just go watch and come up with an idea, you know?
No,
Where
it's
were
Yes.
they
pretty
seeing
much
this stuff? Who was talking to
radio and
them?
newspapers about all they had. Well, encyclopedias, but you know that.
Yeah. And just think, you know, the quickest form of connection you had was a letter. You write somebody a letter. It takes 2 months to get there, 2 months to get back. That's 4 months. Think about how much has happened in between then.
You know,
Yeah.
depending on how far you're sending it, yeah, it definitely letters took longer to get places.
That's why it took so long for Galveston to hear that the Civil War was over. I
Yeah.
think they were the last to know, Galveston, Texas, because it's way down at the coast.
That's down
Yeah.
that's down on the Gulf Coast beach, isn't it?
Yes.
Near Corpus
Mhm.
Christi, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's near Houston. It's
Oh, Houston. Okay, well, same neighborhood, more or less.
Yeah, the
Close enough for
ideas of these
horseshoes and
people are
hearing aids.
cool, but what really gets me going is like, where did they come up with this? Or what was their inspiration? You know, what was Tesla's inspiration? Where did he come up with all these ideas and stuff?
yeah.
And just
Who
have that
knows?
much understanding about nature's natural poles and electrical field.
When that's why I always look at the buildings because even still, I've seen some that have the rod on the top, and
Yeah, the
Oh yeah.
lightning.
yeah, and we've seen where the cathedrals had that way back because that was the natural energy coming in. And, and watching the earth even just,
Well, as you say, the lightning rods are just more for grounding the strike into the earth. But yeah,
I don't know about that. But even the earth, you can see it repair itself from a lot of things.
hmm
There's some things it doesn't seem to be able to. Whatever, where was that they, was that in Japan? That one
but
spot that's still
you
so
talking about the Fukushima?
that's still radioactive.
Yeah, the nuclear power plant in Fukushima.
I thought it was from a test.
Or are you talking about the Philippines, where they did all the nuclear bomb tests out in the ocean?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, pick your country. They got a spot somewhere they supposedly did it.
Oh goodness, sorry, some poet. I understand. Hey, Regina.
But me being, I mean, I like to study different things, but me being as an electrician by trade, it makes me wonder, like there has to be some type of way I guess you can monitor it, but just thinking Earth in its natural state, just say 200 years ago, if everything they tell us is true, you know, people were farming, people were riding horses. If you wanted to cook, you had a fire. If you wanted to see at night, you had a candle. And then flash forward, boom, now 200 years. Think about how massive of an electrical field that we've created with all this Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and
Mhm.
wireless this and street lights and TVs. I don't know. It seems like something like that massive has to have an effect on something.
Yes, I agree. That because there's so much radiation coming out of those too, that we're just kind of surrounded by it anyway. The
Hmm.
phones. Remember, I haven't seen it come with the warning book like they used to when the cell phones first came out. It was a book. It had all these warnings on it, and it was. I mean,
Yeah, about cell phone radiation or whatever.
yes, you didn't even want to touch it, and
Are
now
we
they
talking
just
about like the old school like brick telephones, or are we talking about the slightly smaller, large Motorola bottom end of the phone flips up?
Well, I mean, even the first ones, even the flip phones, I just remember getting those warnings with them. Just that,
I think they did have it with the first one I had was the larger Motorola one with the bottom part you talk into flips up. The
yeah,
old grayish black ones. That was the first one I had, and then I think by the mid to late '90s they had moved to the smaller Motorola style Razor phones, like what you see now.
yeah. And that's, I try to use speakerphone if I'm talking to somebody.
I was gonna say that's why I carry a Bluetooth headset. Besides the fact that if I'm driving like I am now, I can use my Bluetooth headset and talk and still safely operate my vehicle.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think I got my first cell phone probably maybe mid 2000s maybe. I was in high school then.
yeah, I was gonna say I didn't get mine until after I got out of uh, mid to late '90s.
I think I got me a flip phone my junior year. Couldn't do nothing but talk, text.
Oh yeah,
Didn't
the
even
old
have a
T9
camera on
text
it.
Nokias.
Yeah, didn't even have a camera on it,
Yeah, I don't
Well,
think I got my first few cell phones till after I got out of high school, but um, 97, 98, somewhere early 2000. But I did
I,
manage to, I think, have one uh,
I think
about
I
that
got
time or slightly before.
2005. I remember my mother had the one, the big, it was about, I don't know, 10 inches long, and it had the
Hmm.
big, chunky, like, like a Hummer.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's like a big chunky battery. It was made by Motorola. It had a damn it, stupid cars. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I swear these cars have a 10 foot. You have a normal pickup truck, and then they haul a little 2 foot trailer behind them, and then their dumbass parks in here to these semi trucks. Pisses me the fuck off. He's lucky I don't crunch his stupid
oh,
ass.
Yeah.
That kind of shit pisses me off because it's already hard enough finding parking out here. You get these dumbasses in there. If they got an RV full size, yeah, okay, fine. I don't mind them taking up a spot. They kind of need it. But a car with a little four wheeler with a trailer, take your dumb ass over on the other side with the cars.
you can get you a truck with set up like a gremlin from that get that movie where the trucks and the stuff came alive back in the day.
Yeah. It was a black
Maximum
semi truck
Overdrive.
with. Yeah, I think it was because the semi
Maximum
truck was
Overdrive. Yep.
black and it had a clown face on the front grill of the truck,
There you go.
like it was alive or something.
Yeah,
Or
get
Mad
you one of
Max,
them.
looking like Mad Max, one of those vehicles.
Or
Yeah, kind
or
of.
paint it
They
like
kind of
Optimus
put you in mind of
Prime.
that.
Oh, they definitely get out the way for Optimus Prime.
Oh, there is a semi truck. It's a International Western Star that was used in the movies. A guy owns it and he drives it around.
Oh, that's cool.
Uh, you know, showing it to kids through neighborhoods who want to come see Optimus
Yeah,
Prime
they
for the
love it.
movies. So he drives his, for loads or something on occasion, but then he goes and does that kind of stuff to go surprise kids or something with it. He's on Instagram.
Yeah, we used to go to the monster truck shows and tractor pulls. We still do the tractor pull if it's in the evening.
Right.
We were 105 today. Again, it's
Really?
Again.
cooling down. We were up to 108 yesterday
Jeez
or the day
Louise. Is
before.
that actual temp, Bunny, or is that
That's
heat included?
that's actual temp. So the feels like is but it's not. If the slightest little breeze is happening, I can bear it.
Hmm.
But when it's just dead still, then it's like it's overbearing. It
Yeah.
it like takes your breath away even.
It can a little bit when it gets that hot. Yeah. My general rule is pretty much anything over 105. I don't go out for any reason. I don't care what it is. I might consider going out at 100, but 105 or higher, no, you can forget it. I'm staying at home.
Yeah. It's been nice here this week. We had a break from the heat. Supposed to get back up to mid to upper 90s next week, but this week it's been nice. 80s and 60s.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
I got it even better. I've been mid 70s to low 80s up in Northwest Illinois where I live.
Oh, I'm
A
telling you,
little bit, a couple days got into 90, but mostly 70s and 80s.
every year I keep thinking more and more about becoming a snowbird
Yeah,
because it's
we had
too hot and it gets so dry. And but I couldn't leave my plants. My plants are looking amazing. I need to put. I forgot until I was talking to my friend that I usually put a white sheet over the plants to keep them cooler. And it's like I set it up like a tent kind of so that I can still water them from the deck. And I need to do that. I need to
the
find the white.
shade cloth.
Yes,
Yeah.
because they're blooming. They're just not producing. And um, and then the guy that was mowing, he saw the two pineapple plants I have, and he said, "You did that from a store bought?" And I said, "Yes." And so he brought me a pineapple, and it looks pretty rough, but we'll see.
Still, though, you can get something out of it. See, your
Yes,
growing zone similar to mine. We can still grow a lot, but the sun is real intense this time of year.
yes,
So if you could get you like some shade cloths or stuff like that, you definitely could extend your stuff out for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
By the way, Miss Bunny, if you look in private chat, I put the name of that app I use on my phone or in a laptop, desktop. You could go to the website, sign in, and watch it right there on your computer or phone.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, Wayne, you're in Arizona. I know it's normal for y'all. I have a friend in Phoenix, and he said everybody has a pool. And I guess maybe that's our mistake here.
Don't have
Everybody
pools.
has a pool. No, can't afford them. Good Lord, they want. One of my friends got one put in. We're rocky. I mean, it's rocky, and so to dig out a pool, I think they paid like $60,000 for it or something. And I said, there is no way I'm paying
Man,
for a vehicle or a pool or anything that costs as much as a house to me.
I was just saying most up here in Illinois, most of the pools I've seen go in are usually and I could be wrong on the pricing, so don't quote me on it. But I know most of those that go in are usually only a couple grand. You dig the hole, put your liner in, and put your other stuff in, and set it up. But
The
it's
things that
definitely not anywhere near 60. It's usually only a couple.
the things that I've seen people do with cement, it's like I can see where you would get the hole dug. That's probably the most expensive part here. But
Sure, depending on how big of a backhoe you rented and how long you had it for. Sure, it could be.
then doing that cement, my daughter, she bought a little blow up pool to put on the patio out back, and
Well,
even
that's
put on the, she got a hole in it.
like on Amazon. They've got a
Excuse me.
inflatable 4-man hot tub made by Coleman for a, I think $400 or $500. I don't.
Yeah,
Price may have gone down. I'm not sure.
and that's what a lot of people
That
do.
just ain't right.
They just don't turn on the heat. They get hot tubs and just have cold water in it.
Yeah, yeah, you could.
Man, it never fails. Every year they just had it. I think a couple weeks ago. Every year they have this big hot tub and pool expo here in the
Hmm.
city every year, and it never fails. The following couple weeks, it's people. Hey, I'm getting this hot tub set up. Can you come out here and see how much you charge to hook up the electrical? Because they give them, well, I mean, ain't nothing cheap, but they give them deals and stuff. So people they get these hot tubs.
Yep.
Yeah,
But even pools, in-ground pools, if it's one getting built up with rebar, we'll come in, or an electrician will come in and they'll run ground wire around the entire perimeter of the rebar and run it all the way back to the source. That way the pool's grounded.
yeah.
We do that a lot.
Hey, Lane, good to see you.
But I don't know how much it costs to get a pool in.
I don't know. I know they're not cheap
Couldn't tell
though.
you.
Yeah, and that was years ago. I don't know if it's gone down or up or. And it
I don't know.
also, they had it set up where it was a somehow it filtered itself, like it kept recycling instead of whatever the normal way is. I don't know.
I know it's one pool company here. They're like the biggest ones around. The only pools they install is saltwater pools. I don't really know the whole specifics on the difference on that. And as far as the wear and tear on the pool, I don't know if that makes a difference. Um, I always see it in all their commercials is that we only sell saltwater pools.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about saltwater pools. So I don't know.
I hadn't did any research, so I can't say. Um,
Yeah, I can't either. I've heard of it. I just don't know anything about them.
but a lot of times these custom home builders or people in my area, the people want a pool, they usually do it, and it's all included in one.
Yeah.
That's what we do as
Yeah,
electricians. We get with the customer if we're building a home. Ask them, hey, what's your future plans? I know you're building a home right now, but do you want to set up? I don't know, maybe run some conduits to the yard if you ever have any future electrical needs, or do some stuff like that now. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Kind of think ahead.
Yeah.
Well,
Honest.
and I've thought about if I ever had a home built. I've almost considered doing one of those Earthship style houses where eh, uh, it's kind of like a house built into a hill kind of idea.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
Uh,
those.
but it has like I think more concrete style walls and
Mm-hmm.
dirt and an inbuilt greenhouse and all that. Uses I think geothermal heating. I think
Yes, the temperature stays the same.
consistent. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if done right, yeah,
I
you
know,
wouldn't even
I
have
know
to
it's
worry about
expensive to get
AC.
there. The earthship houses are a little expensive, but they're cheaper than a normal house.
Yep. I- If I was able, that's what I would do because I'm kind of on a hill. My yard slopes down, and then there's a dry creek that runs behind me, and so it's
Gee.
kind of hard to put anything out there because of the slope,
Right.
and I really don't want to level it off. And
Definitely
that,
pros and cons for sure.
yes, it's good for the water. Not we don't have to worry about flooding or anything, but
Some areas it works great, some areas it might not work so great. But probably definitely maybe it's Arizona, that type Texas type area where it gets so hot.
yeah,
Now, that might be a good idea.
yeah. Start using the hills. Some in the hill country. That's it.
Yeah, it's got to be about 20 degrees cooler, about 20 feet down.
Yeah. You can get through the rock.
Yeah, we didn't really have a harsh summer here. I mean, we had a couple of days that was officially triple digits, but most of them was just days with the humidity. It made it feel like it was 100 plus, but
Yeah,
it wasn't brutal, real brutal.
that's good. Yeah, it makes it rough working outside. And so that's, I go out in the mornings in, and
In
in
the
the evening.
evening.
Yep.
Yeah,
And if you're working out on the roof, it's in a construction type job. That's really brutal.
I don't see how they do it. That's when those guys came to mow. It was afternoon, and this guy had made iced tea and had cold water bottles and everything set up for them because I knew they were coming.
Hmm.
And but I was like, they're wearing black pants, black shirts.
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
Uh, they weren't.
I'm all wearing white, sleeveless, thin.
yeah.
Oh man! But and one of them even had a hoodie on.
I
I
was
was,
just thinking that I've seen people with hoodies on in the middle of the summer. Like, what's going on?
yes.
I feel bad. I was like, well, maybe I don't know, they got a condition or something. I don't know.
Their thermostat's not
But
working. What's wrong?
I see them and I instantly start sweating. Like, man, I'm sweating just
That's,
because they're not sweating. What's going on?
I know. Never so often he'd throw the hood up. But I remember my grandmother, because skin cancer runs in my family pretty good,
Yeah.
and um, so she always had on long sleeves and a hat when she was working outside, but it wasn't black. It was light
No.
colors, and it was thin, like. And cotton is the best. You're gonna. I try to find cotton, 100% cotton, as much as I can.
Yeah, it's a lot of days I wear long sleeve, but it's the thin, light colored. A lot of times it's yellow or orange, thin, like breathe type shirts. Yeah, just to keep the sun off of me, especially if I'm working directly outside.
Yeah.
Right.
Um, yeah.
I got something
Oh,
to add to that, if I may.
hello. How are
He's
you?
alive.
I'm
Sorry.
sure.
Um, yeah, try and find 100% cotton socks. I go everywhere looking for 100% cotton. Where did it all
Almost,
go? Rayon, polyester, all this other crap in there. Cotton
It
is
is.
100% the best thing to use is cotton. I agree, Bonnie, fully.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
but
gonna
it
say
is.
I know Walmart has some stuff in 100% cotton.
Nope, not here. I've gone through there too. I was like, oh my god, really?
The
I had
Walmarts here do.
I went to I think it was Mark's Work Warehouse. It's not. I don't think you guys have that down there, but it's a
I
little
don't
more
think
high end
so.
if
I've
you go
never
with
heard of
each
it.
person. But yeah, I had to really go looking for cotton. It's like this is ridiculous. Everything used to be cotton.
Do y'all
Yeah,
grow cotton up there, or no? That's not a crop y'all grow.
I don't think so.
Okay. I
No.
don't think so.
we have cotton all
I was
over.
gonna say most of the cotton I've seen growing is usually down like Arkansas and down in the South. Usually,
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a ton in my area.
Yes,
It's
that's.
everywhere.
I stop and I'll pick a few balls just to stick in an arrangement when I'm down there.
Man,
I
just
had to
imagine
laugh.
seeing that plant whenever whoever first saw it, and just you know, from there to
Hmm.
now.
It's
That's
funny.
true.
It's funny. I picked that A Bonnie, and every time I was going through that clip, I kept having Cotton Eye Joe.
I loved it, and that's so. I wanted the farming in there that that we need to keep going. That yeah, I I gave Gigi a hard time. How long have you been working on that?
Oh, not that long. It was trying to see. I kind of read into what you want, and then when you send me stuff, it's like, okay, that works and that works. Do you notice we never did put the woman warrior in there, but technically, that's what
Yeah,
one woman is, right? So like, well, we don't
right.
need her, right? But you would kind of give me the ideas. I'm like, okay, I know what you're kind of going for. How about this? Because when you sent me that farm shot, I was like, okay. And then I went, American Farms, threw that in there, started browsing. I went, ooh, hey, I like that piece. Cotton. Everybody knows cotton in America. I'm Canadian, eh? I know there's cotton picking down there. We know the whole background of that one. But anyways, but yeah, that was fun.
Background of that one. I don't know the background of it. I just know my grandmother. She would. She had to. I think she said she was 6 whenever they stuck her out in the field picking cotton, and those sacks are like I don't know 8 feet long. I don't know
I
if
say
you've
they
ever
were burlap
caught.
sacks, weren't they?
Well, it's not an easy task. Promise you.
Yeah, no, and you're dragging that big old sack behind you and cramming cotton in it. And
Those plants are sharp. They tear your fingers up.
yes,
Really? I
Yeah.
yeah,
didn't.
Oh yeah.
Not funny. I wonder why that is.
it's hard work. And
Yeah.
if they would do it for the neighbors, they would get 50 cents a day, the whole
Wow.
family, not each.
Mm.
Yep. Same thing here. Whenever the hay fields are ready, there's not a lot of money doing that, but everybody pitches in to help each other with their hay fields. I used to could do that. Throwing
Yeah, I
them.
remember as a kid on summer break working with some of the local Mennonites to make a few bucks during the
Yes.
hay seasons.
Yep. That's a good
Man.
workout. If
Oh
anybody wants
yeah.
to build muscle, that's the way to do it.
Oh yeah. It keeps you in shape. There's some good people. They work from sun up to sundown.
Yep.
Yes, that's just it. We're all old school. We are all hard workers for the main, you know what I mean? The generation going on today, it's a whole different world with techie and all the other crap. It's just not the same. Because I get looked at by the kids at work. They're like, wow, you did this and this and this. And I'm like, you should be able to. You're younger than me. Like, what's wrong with you, slowpoke?
Yes. My 22-year-old granddaughter. I'm like, okay, that I can do more than you. You need to get to a doctor. You need to see what's wrong with you. And she's been going for blood work. She's been going for all this stuff, and it's just that she. And I told her, I said, you get up in the morning and you start doing something. Do you not have more energy all day long? And she said yes. And I said, there's your trick right there. You have to start as soon as you wake up.
Get good rest, stay hydrated.
Yes. And yeah, definitely eat good and
This time of year, you can't drink enough water. I can't.
but she used to she'd get up and go lay down on the couch in front of the TV, and I'm like, and the TV that will drain you quicker than anything. I don't know if y'all noticed it, but it like it sucks the energy right out of you once you sit down in front of the TV. Just
That's why I call it a couch potato.
yeah,
It was funny. I don't know if it was this year's Super Bowl or the last one. They actually made a commercial about that. Or it was some streaming service, and the gimmick was people sitting on the couch and they were couch potatoes. So
yeah.
wow,
Hey, Black Watch, how are you doing?
they're literally making fun of people while getting more subscriptions.
I know it's crazy.
Yeah,
I used to do my kids the same way I was done. They could come in and watch one cartoon after school, and then it was outside, go play while I cook supper. And that's what they would do. Most of the time, they wouldn't even sit down to watch the cartoon, though. They couldn't wait to get outside just to play. So I'd be the one sitting there watching He-Man or whatever. Yep, kids have definitely changed. And I can see why, though. You can't let them just run around outside anymore. Weird people driving around.
yeah, I know that's right. Yeah, I couldn't do nothing. Once I did my homework, then But yeah, I was outside.
Yep. And that's why I kind of like the way it's set up here, because the house is at the front, and then the rest of the property is to the back and side. And so I have poles for a volleyball net, have a soccer net and croquet, all this stuff for them to do outside, the grandkids.
You have all that now?
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
yeah. If they just come around more and play, they're all growing up and working. It's
It's
like,
like I was at my buddy's house one day and his son was playing the game and he told him to do something and like some time passed and he said, "All right." He hollered out, I'm fixing to flip the breaker." So obviously this had happened before and the kid started freaking out. He said, "All right, I'm coming, I'm coming." He's gonna go cut the whole breaker down, cut the whole system down.
yeah, sometimes you got to do it. Aroma free. Hmm. Oh, goodness, Ann. I've seen so many missing. I actually just heard a song about it that they made. All the missing people.
Yeah, so many. Too many.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. How come they don't advertise that anymore? Because it is so many. And they used to put them on milk cartons.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know when they stopped doing that, but yeah. I mean, that was a thing. Or
Or even on the news. I can remember there was a little section where they would show pictures of missing
mm,
children or people. Well, I don't watch the news anymore, but I don't think they show that.
yeah. I try to stay knowledgeable of what's trending, I guess you could say, or what's in the happening. But yeah, there is a lot of it. A lot of stuff we don't never hear about.
Yep.
Unless it's happening, in our state or community. But there's so much that happens within a state that we don't even hear about unless we're just researching or looking it up.
Yes. There's been a number of times when people in chat will tell me something that's happening in Texas, and I'm, what?
So big, so many counties.
Yep. And I didn't see nothing about it. We've had a few things too close for comfort here lately. The one lady was posting on Facebook, her and her daughter were shopping at a HEB, and it's the closest one to me. And they were definitely targeted since the man parked his vehicle behind her in the next aisle. Um, they think that he followed them to the store, and but he was following them around the store. She got the manager and everything, and he was still just standing right there, no fear whatsoever. And so they called the police, and um, the woman and her daughter, of course, she was carrying, but they were like, "We're going to go ahead and go get in our car, lock the doors, call her husband." So she did all that while she was getting her purchases into the vehicle. He was just standing there watching all that too. And a woman jumped into the rear of his van. It was a van that he was in. And the daughter, she's like in her 20s. She was freaking out. And those cop cars pulled up in front of and behind that van. And so she took off. She was like, once she told them, I think they had her number or something, but she left and let them take care of it. And who knows how they took care of it, but
Yeah, always be aware of your surroundings.
definitely,
Um, Definitely now more than ever.
yep,
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty sure,
these,
like a lot of people, we have certain places and certain times we go things, so we kind of see kind of the normal flow and how things go.
yeah,
Especially if you're in a smaller town, it's easier to spot stuff like that.
yeah, and that's why I'm thankful for the neighbors page on Facebook because that's where everybody notifies everyone of anything. If like someone strange just walked through my yard and everybody is eyes open, keeping an eye out. It's it's a good way to alert people and and the whole community is on alert. I
Or,
guess that's a good way to say it.
or I can't count how many times where I don't know. It might be in a office setting or a waiting room setting or maybe even a grocery store line. I just look around. Everybody's just looking down at their phones. I'm like, man, I'm looking
Hmm.
around at everybody and nobody's even looking around. Everybody's looking down.
Yeah, it's terrible. Makes them an easy target. And if they have kids, are they paying attention to their kids? Are the kids just running around?
Of course, this ain't, everybody, but, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we see things.
um, We're not a really big place, Black Watch. Super small. Even when you look at what is it, 246 counties, however many we have.
The most counties out of any state in the United States.
Yep. Yep.
Of
We
course.
low population for a county. Way low.
Georgia comes in second place with the second most counties. I think we have like 100 and I don't know, 170 something, I think.
Wow. That surprises me because Georgia's not very big.
Got a lot of counties, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's down in dang, it's down in southwest Georgia, almost on the Florida and Alabama line. It's I think it's Bainbridge, Georgia. They've been fighting. This company wanted to build this big facility that was supposed to house like different type of like monkeys and stuff like that. And
Oh,
they were trying to build it like right in the middle of this community, and they've been fighting it for the longest. Um, the community just didn't think it was a good idea and safe to be built there, but you can't really blame them.
yes.
Um,
Our biggest fight lately was a quarry wanted to go in. And um, I think they were allowing it, but so it was a few miles from the hospital. There's a small hospital, and then a few miles south of that, they were putting in this quarry, and the smoke, the not smoke, but the dust
dust.
from, yes, was blowing right at that hospital, and the ranchers around it were complaining. Anyone with even just healthy lungs, they were having breathing problems and everything. And I think that they managed to get that stopped. Took a couple of years, but
Yeah, they didn't think that through too well, did they?
no.
Hmm. What were they? What were they digging for? What kind of stone were they trying to get, or what were they doing at the quarry?
We have a lot of granite.
Okay.
Enchanted Rock is a, a mountain of granite,
Oh, I
and
bet.
we have granite that, well, um, the countertops. There a lot of making the granite countertops, the tons of stuff out of granite
Gotcha.
and copper. We have a lot of copper too.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And that's
That'd be,
just this
that'd be
area.
cool. Get a big old nugget of raw copper.
Yes.
Huh. Now around here, there's a bunch of kaolin plants.
Kale.
Kaolin clay.
Oh, okay.
Um, there's several of those in the area. Well, in the country, more or less. And you can always tell the guys that work out there because it don't matter what color vehicle there is. It's usually by the time if they worked out long enough, it's going to be white, and their tires are going to be white.
Yeah.
All the white dust. I rode through there. I don't know. I rode through there twice, and it's just looks like everything there is just completely white.
Hmm. So, Regina, do you like Alabama? Just curious. That's where my great grandmother was from. She's the one that's Choctaw.
Choctaw.
Yeah, and I was surprised, Alabama.
My baby, she's a Chippewa. Remember that song?
Yes,
Can't remember who sang it. Oh yeah, Alabama, yeah.
either. It's like moving to another country. Huh.
I always say that. Alabama's its own country.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
I've never been there. I haven't been further east than Louisiana.
Oh, it's a whole different world. It's a whole different world past Louisiana.
Yeah, probably. And farthest north is Kentucky. And it's funny to call that north, but it is pretty
Been
far
through
north. I
Kentucky.
think it's like a 21-hour drive from here. It's,
Half of it's getting through Texas, I bet.
yeah, 10 hours getting through Texas.
That is crazy.
Then the rest is Alabama, Tennessee. Not Alabama, Arkansas.
Going to see your family in state, and it still takes you 10 hours to get to the other side just to see them.
Yes. Even just going to my family that lives around San Antonio, it's about 75-mile drive to go down there. Usually they come up here. We have a lot of, the LBJ Ranch has a really good Christmas program when they do the tree lighting out there. They have a living nativity and all that. And then um, oh, the lights, I
Oh,
think they
yeah.
like millions of lights, and you can see it glow from when you're coming towards the town. You can just see it glow. Just
See
it's
it
great.
before you can actually see it.
Yep. I haven't noticed any food shortages here. And so I think that is because we have ports here.
Um,
because
What
meat.
type of shortages?
Let me go back up here. How's your food supplies? Any shortages? Food supplies. We have it. So we have people that are. We're talking about getting community gardens started and um, doing more potluck dinners to get people together, and also everyone just brings a dish. It's cheaper for them to eat a meal. So we're working on ways to feed everybody without it costing an arm and a leg.
Yeah, that's the main thing. The cost on things.
Yes.
Trying to offset costs.
A lot of ways are behind in the time compared to Texas. Huh.
So
Well, yes, Ann, that's true. Um, I'm trying to reach in.
I mean, I think depending on where you at, there definitely strains and shortages on certain things, and then the cost. The cost makes it harder for certain food banks and certain stuff to get a hold of stuff. I imagine
Big. They're gonna.
donations. Donations don't go as far as they used to go.
Yes,
What?
that's true.
Your wishes granted.
We haven't had too much of a problem with that either. Gigi, what are you doing? That's not you laughing.
Sorry. Oops. I didn't even realize I hit the mute button. I just gotta say, I gotta get going, guys.
Okay.
He was showing me something on the phone and whatever. I was like, oh, I guess my little finger touched the button. So sorry. Interesting little chat. So I'm gonna catch up with you tomorrow, girly. I'm not working. Alrighty.
Oh, thank you so much for the
No
intro. I love it.
Good. That's all that matters. You love it.
Have a good night.
You
Have a
too.
good one.
Love you all. God bless. Bye.
Bye bye. Um, HEB is an amazing store. They are, it's family owned, always has been, um, and they're everywhere. HEBs are everywhere. And I think the produce comes from Mexico. I think maybe, or the valley. But so the food banks, HEB donates to them. They all have bakeries. They all have, um, they just, almost everything you see at a food bank has a HEB brand on it or label something. And then if there's a disaster, HEB, the trucks are rolling and they have their trucks loaded with, they've just done it so much. Anytime there's a hurricane, anything, HEB is the trucks that are heading to the people to get them food and water. They are just, they're amazing to their employees. You can move up. It's just a really good company to work for, to just to have around. I'll always support HEB.
Those type of places are harder to find. You definitely got to support them if you can.
Yes.
That's what I try to do.
Yeah. And that's a lot of people I see mention um, Brookshire or Albertsons, Kroger's, but I don't know where that money goes. And because I know that HEB does for people just as normal people in any situation, that's where I'm going to spend my money,
Yeah,
not at Walmart. I mean, some
but
things yes you have to get at Walmart, but still, if I can get it from HEB, I'll do it.
especially location, Of course, your smaller towns are going to have a lot less access to certain places. If
Yeah,
they have any store at all, it might be just a Walmart, and that's it. Family
we,
Dollar, Dollar General, something like that.
yeah. The only big box store we have here is Dollar General. Um, and food chains, all we have is Dairy Queen. Oh, we do have a Subway. I forgot about them. Everything
It's
else
Subway.
is
They can be forgotten about.
yeah. Everything else is mom and pop run. Um, our grocery is Texas owned. There's a new brand of convenience store that's been popping up everywhere, and it's Texas born. And um, so we've been using them also. I can't remember the whole name. It seems like it's 3 letters when you're just on it, but it's Texas born. And I just saw somewhere somebody was showing a video of an interview, and there's a company that just started, and it's called Texas Made.
Hmm.
It's really, I hate to say it, but it's looking like they're really trying to get Texas independent.
It's good to see, each individual state trying to thrive and, do better. People creating things, doing things.
Yep, I sure hope all of them are.
I
But
mean, I can only, I can grow a lot, but I can only grow so much inevitably. But if I need something outside of that, I try to get it as locally as possible.
oh, you can see private chat.
For me,
Yes. I don't know if I spelled that right, but oh well. Okay. Yeah. If we want to go to an HEB, it's about 25 miles.
yeah, certain things like that, I guess you could say. Certain groups here and there.
Yep.
Try to be as prepared for, I guess, anything as possible. Do as much as you can now.
Absolutely. And it's hard to do it on your own alone. It is hard.
I don't know. It takes a good community.
Yep. Well, if I
People
could
have to
say this
people have to
going,
communicate and commune, and then you can have a better community.
yes. Yeah, I went to the farmer's market Saturday just because I was able to, and it felt so good to get out and see people and live music, and it's just, and just talking to people, seeing what are y'all seeing? Because
Yeah,
I'm here with my granddaughter most of the time, so I'm not out a lot. But when I get out, I'm talking to people, and even people who come to do jobs here. We just get to talking, and the young man that came to the, I guess he owns the mowing business. Well, they do everything. It's a handyman service. And
yeah.
he and I were standing on the deck, and he said, "Can we pray?" And I said, "Of course." And stood there and prayed together. I mean, you're never going to turn down a good prayer.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Yeah, we have an actual like farmers market, but then every Saturday down on the Riverwalk they have less people that sell produce, or basically it's just like independent people. People selling homemade jellies and jams or honeys, or just a bunch of people cooking stuff, or people that's make crafts or jewelry, and
Yeah.
tons of people, just all independent people. And there's a couple guys locally that have cows, and they go have beef out there. You can buy beef straight from the guy that's got the cows.
Yes. That's the way it is here. That is great. I'm glad to hear that y'all have that.
And
I
people
think a lot
talk,
more.
and it's all small businesses. So, I mean, you can see, you know,
Yeah. I think a lot more states have that than is thought.
oh, yeah.
Because we have the one here, and I know the surrounding towns have them too. Because sometimes I'll go to theirs. They might have more of produce that we don't have here, or whichever. It's it's a trade off.
And there's been times I went out there and walked through and not got nothing, but just the fact of seeing everybody out and about and being able to do something like that and interact with that.
Yes, that's living life. That's what we should be doing. I think it's it's satisfying. It's fulfilling. Maybe that's the word, fulfilling.
Oh, yeah.
5 items for $20. That's pretty good, Elaine. Some of our people are pretty pricey, and then some of them are just trying to get rid of it and so it doesn't go bad. And they just they're really good about their prices.
But I don't know the specific numbers on it now, but at one time they said that as a country, we waste like 50% of our food production. And who knows what it is now, but for those
Yes,
type of numbers, there's no way that no food pantry or anybody like that should be hungry or lack of something to eat if we're wasting over 50% of our food production.
yeah. And that's the Dollar General really shocks me because they throw out so much, and but you can't go back there and get it. When they throw it out, whether it's clothes, home goods, food, whatever it is, if you get caught trying to get it, they'll get you. And
I think the worst thing they could do is probably trespass you. I think. I don't know about specific areas, the laws, but
yeah,
yeah.
I don't think it would be a really
Well,
bad
yeah, yeah,
charge.
but yeah, you shouldn't shame nobody for just yeah, they throw away too much stuff, way too much stuff.
Yes. Even the boxes, because that's where I get boxes for packing, and I found out I'm not supposed to do that. Get in trouble. Like empty boxes, really makes no sense to me. Oh my goodness, Lauren. I'm coming to visit. Where are you at? 41, 49. That's what Silver Girl was telling me. You couldn't handle this weather. I
Man,
think it was like 45 right then when I was talking to her. Oh my goodness.
it'll be a while before we get anywhere near 45 here.
Same here.
uh,
West Virginia. Okay.
the humidity's 45 plus.
You know what? And that's what Gigi was talking about. She said, I don't know how y'all handle it with the humidity and everything. And I said, our humidity is not that high. Um, like when I was talking to her, it was 20 something. And oh,
Yeah,
right
it's
now,
pretty low.
yeah, right now it's 46%. I don't know why it went up, but
It's about what ours has been today, about in the high 40s%, which is a major relief. That's low.
yes, yeah.
But we
So,
haven't had much rain. Besides that, this hurricane storm that came through a couple weeks
yes,
back, we hadn't had any rain. It rained for 24 hours, over 24 hours here with that storm. But after that, a couple of drizzles, and that's about it.
oh goodness, it's same here. Um, that hurricane that came here, I can't remember which one it was. It was just before y'all's.
Beryl,
Yes, and we got some rain off of that, and but it hadn't had any since. Yesterday it was thundering, and I was like, woohoo! But I went ahead and watered just in case, and it's a good thing I did because not a drop.
yeah.
I think they got it all to the west of me.
It's been a couple of days it looked like it, and it rained to the north and the south of me, but nothing really here. So I'm gonna have to do another rain dance.
Excuse me. I don't think there's anything wrong with dumpster diving. I have seen people get amazing things out of the dumpsters. But people will throw away brand new stuff. They just, oh, I don't like this, won't send it back, or wait too long to send it back and just chunk it.
Oh, I'd be lying if I say I never did it. I've did it plenty of times. Some of the stuff I found in there, you would have never guessed that I would have found it in there.
Yep.
Well, one time I found those little fire pits you hook your propane tank to, and it like comes through the rocks.
Yes.
I found one of those whole setups in there, still in the box, with nothing wrong with it.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know
Yeah.
what it was at first. It was just a heavy box, and it didn't have no like really wordage. It was just barcodes and numbers, and I opened it up. I said, "Huh." Put a propane tank to it on the house, and it worked.
That is cool. Wayne, I'm still keeping you in my prayer. Oh no. Yeah, major score.
Oh yeah, I'm all about repurposing and reusing.
And that's what a lot of people will do in town. They'll just set it on the side of the road. Well, I've done it here. And within just a few hours, it's gone. If it's
Yeah,
whatever.
that's happened to me so many times. Yeah, I say I'm gonna come back later on, and
Yeah. If you want it, you better grab it
yeah,
then.
you got to get it right then. Yeah,
Yes. Our vet's office put a shelf out and with shelves. And I'm always looking for shelves because I have a lot of things for shelves. And um, we drove by and I was like, I need to grab that. And my granddaughter's, we'll get it on the way back in. It's gone.
yep. And then doing electrical work, we do a lot of new home construction, so there's always big roll off containers there for different trades, but I always check them, and you'd be surprised that people just drive through in the middle of the night and just throw stuff in there just to get rid of it.
Yes.
Found remember those old school like metal chairs you used to see on the front porch, and there wasn't really a back to them, so you could kind of like lean and rock in it a little bit.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
like
mean,
the old school metal chairs where there wasn't really a back brace on the bottom, so you could kind of like rock in them a little bit.
yes.
The old school solid metal ones. I found a whole set of them in there one time.
Oh, wow.
Table to go with it. No, I said, why would somebody? I guess they just had to get rid of it. There wasn't nothing wrong with it.
Black Watch, I have a furniture fetish. That's my I can go into a thrift store and look at everything they have and I can have a room set up and nothing flat. It's I love furniture. I love thinking what would look good together. I like solid colors with colorful colors. A color that's gonna just make it pop. It, I don't know how to explain. I just love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, the color coordination and stuff. Yeah,
Yep. Oh my goodness, Wayne. Yeah, figured me if it was.
that's what my granddad did when he retired from the military. He got into like antiques and stuff, and he had a couple antique shops here in the city. But he had the eye. He knew what stuff was antiques, and he had a way to make stuff look old. And
Mm-hmm.
he he was real good at that stuff.
Yeah,
So,
and so the family has passed down all the doilies and the cotton linens that you would lay across the like
arms
if
of the chair.
you or yeah, arms of the chairs. I think I have a couple of small ones for that. But like the a table runner or in their hand stitched with the embroidery. I have a whole box full of that that just keeps getting passed down and um haven't used them much since I moved here. But yeah, like
Morris sounds like a good reason.
yep,
Maybe because it's Friday. I don't know.
giving, yep. Tomorrow is Friday. Can't even keep up with the days.
Yeah, this week's had its moments, but it seemed like it went kind of fast for me,
Yeah,
which I ain't complaining.
they're talking about doing surgery on my mother.
Mm.
And at first I was like, no way. And then when they explained it, the doctors, I was like, okay, if this would be better for her. And she was the same way. She was like, no way. And then um, she's having trouble hearing. Her ears are swollen. And so they're having to write everything on a dry erase board to communicate with her. And then she'll shake her head yes or no. Or
Mm.
but they have to ask her yes or no questions because her hands are strapped down because she keeps trying to pull the tubes off. Why is Florida closed? I had seen where they were roping off parts of it for some kind of green goo.
The green goo? What's
It's
going on in Florida now?
something about a green goo that was popping up in neighborhoods. It was over at, is it Jacksonville?
Oh no, we've seen this movie. It did not go well. Huh.
Oh no. Just as beach harmon Jim Rivers. Months flying by, yes, they are. I know the kids have been moving. They pulled up in a big old U-Haul. I think it's the biggest one they make yesterday. And I was like, what are you doing? So we're out making another trip. So they're moving my mom's old house to her new house. And then they're moving their house to her old house. And
Ooh, double move.
yes, and it is amazing what people accumulate 30 years in that house. So, yeah, it's a lot.
Oh, I know. I know what you mean.
And that's what I'm doing here is getting rid of everything I can. Still, I'm still finding stuff. Since we had to empty out my closet to get it repaired, I'm like, just leave it right where it is so I can keep going through it because There's so much. And I'm just giving it away. Whoever wants this, take it. Give the kids a chance first, and whatever they don't want, it just gets donated. We do have a consignment if it's something expensive or clothing with tags on it or something. I'll take it down there to her.
Yeah, we got some places like that here. Yeah.
Yeah, helps her make money, keeps her going. Oh no, old sheets for toilet paper. I rip up old sheets to make rugs out of.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I have a bunch that I need to do that with. Just been doing so much. I cannot wait to be able to sit down and start making stuff again. That will be. That's how I'm going to spend my winter, I think. Like,
Crafting.
yep, like in the old days. That's when they would sit and sew the quilts, and because when it's hot, there's no way you want to try and make a blanket or a rug. It's too heavy, too hot on you. No, that's a winter job.
You ever seen people when they make the temperature blankets? Have you ever heard of those?
I have. Is it not like an electric blanket?
No. Uh, it's like it starts from the first day of the year to the last day of the year, and uh, pretty much each layer is a different color. And basically the blanket shows the change in temperature throughout your year.
Oh wow!
It's pretty cool. Look it up. It's pretty cool. It's they got
Oh,
different names, but the name seen was like temperature blankets.
I'm writing that down.
And of course, each
That's,
one would be totally different depending on where you're at, where you're from, year by year.
yeah, ours would be pretty thin.
Especially like Texas, y'all would have more warmer temperatures than you would colder temperatures. Well, no, it depends. You get one of those random blizzards again.
I know. That's when I was thankful I had a quilt. That's when I realized why they made quilts, because that those stuffing filled comforters that they sell in the stores, they do nothing. I mean nothing. I don't even know. I guess they're just for decoration because
Yeah, yeah,
and once you wash it, the stuffing's all over the place anyway. It doesn't stay where it's supposed to be, and those are just worthless. And so
yeah.
that's if I buy something for my bed, it's a I look under quilts. But even those are not. I have some thick blankets since Snowmageddon.
Yeah, those old school quilts, you can feel the weight.
Yes, and they usually use like a oh, well on mine. It's a it feels kind of like a flannel fabric, and it just held in the body heat. It just that's the way to go. Oh my goodness, Elaine. Tie quilts. That sounds cool. I've seen all kinds of things made out of ties, and they practically give those away at thrift stores. Nobody wears ties anymore, hardly.
Ties, like men's ties.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a few, but yeah, I very rarely wear one. I don't like nothing right on tight on my neck, so never really been a tie fan.
Yeah. I don't either. That's that's why I can't stand t-shirts. I don't wear t-shirts a lot because of the neck. I don't know why they're so, and it's the men cut ones.
Yeah, they're trying to strangle us.
Yes.
Say, man, who's designing the necks for these shirts? It's for the big body, little neck people.
Yeah. And well, my family has big heads. That's when my grandson was born. When I got him some clothes, I made sure that they snapped up the front. And my son-in-law said, I don't know where you got those, but we need more because that is the easiest to get him in. And I said, I knew it. I raised three boys with big heads. It's got to be button up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, Em. I get what you mean. Yes, I've done that too. Just tie it off because I don't, no way I'm putting a quilting rack in here. And so I do the yarn tie off also.
Yeah, just take bits and pieces of old stuff you got, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea too, Anne. Wool blankets inside. I'm allergic to wool, and so I don't ever get wool blankets, and I've heard that's the best. So that makes sense to put it inside a quilt. Hmm. My twin sister in Canada, she needs to get her butt down here where it's warmer. Let's see if there was anything else I wanted to talk to you about real quick. It's RFK Jr. expected to drop out of the race by the end of the week. Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just a matter of time before he announced it.
Yep.
Especially now you got the DNC convention that's been going on all this week. So I mean, yes, it was a matter of time. I figured it would probably come. I figured it would probably come last week, but yeah, definitely probably the end of this week, probably tomorrow.
Yeah. And the CDC issues alert for parvovirus B19 uptick.
Of
Whatever.
course,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever that is, let's give them some more of it.
just they just keep on with the let's okay, they're not dead yet. Throw another one.
Give them more mosquitoes. Bring in more mosquitoes.
Thankfully we're all good strong stock and we adapt.
That may be the only good thing about not having much rain is the mosquitoes can't take it.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Well, like your stagnant standing waters and stuff like that. If there ain't no rain.
Well, we still have mosquitoes even without the rain. I don't. I keep walking around trying to see if there's water sitting somewhere. Could be just because of my plants, because I have a lot of tropical plants out there, and I don't know.
Or it could be, yeah, they're trying to find any source of water in that Texas heat.
Yes, we just caught a frog. My granddaughter caught a frog yesterday. It was in my pineapple plant, and so she put it in a box. Well, it got loose last night, so we had a frog running loose all night long, and I'm surprised the dogs didn't get a hold of it. And then this morning, she said, "Look, it wanted to go swimming." She had put a cup of water down for it, and it jumped in the water. And I said, "Good, now you can catch it easier. Put your hand over the cup." So she got it back in a box, and I said, "Now outside, and he needs to go back in the pineapple plant where he's happy. He's cool." There was, I had just watered the pineapple plant when she put it out there in the box, and that water started dripping on him, and he just wanted to be wet.
You ain't got no lack of frogs here. Got them everywhere.
I love frogs. That sounds crazy, but
Frogs, lizards,
yeah.
snakes, alligators.
Okay, well, don't like them too much. We don't have any alligators here, but we do have snakes. And that's, hey, Andy, good to see you. The time that was mowing, I have a stack of metal roofing out back. It, that's what I use to make my chicken coop. It's there for whatever I need it for. And but I'm always afraid to go out there because I know that's where snakes get, is up underneath there. And he went out there and just started jumping on it, and I was like, oh my gosh. But I didn't see any snakes come out, so guess there wasn't any. But here, when the leaves, you can't. A coral snake is the hardest thing to. Not a coral snake. A copperhead is the hardest one to see on the ground because it just blends right in with the color of the leaves and the debris, the dirt. They just blend right in.
Yeah, them and the rattlesnakes.
Well, a rattler will usually start rattling his rattle and warn you,
Oh
but
yeah. Yeah, if you
copperhead,
hear it, he's close.
yeah, they don't give you any warning. Kids brought home frog eggs. Oh no, not. It was mosquitoes, and they all hatched in the house. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, did you see where at the DNC? Um, I've seen two different stories. One said two women, another said a group of women went
Hmm.
in and put maggots in the breakfast of the DNC, that they were having this huge breakfast. And so they're, of course, having a fit. They're like, the hotel is making sure everything's all sanitary and everything. But when I read it, I started laughing and I said, oh, they want us to eat the bugs, but they can't eat.
Man. Yeah, that's wild. It wouldn't surprise me though. Man,
Yeah.
that wouldn't surprise me.
Um, oh my gosh.
I think it continues tomorrow. I think tomorrow is their last day, right?
The DNC. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I think so. I had saved a video. Actually, I guess I could drop the link.
I
Where
don't
did
know
it?
if it lasts the full week or not. I forget.
Well, heck, I can't find it. I'm gonna have to go through all this stuff on my 100 tabs again.
Uh,
I have to save some stuff to share, and but I haven't been going live, and I need to get back with it. And that's what I was telling Gigi. I want to I want a powerful intro. I mean, the other one is all calm, and I get that, but it just seems like it's time for us to step it up a little more. And so I had that intro for 3 years. It was getting old to me, so I know it was to everybody else.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Lena, I like that name. Yeah. Oh, the trains are on strike. Okay. I thought they were closing down the trains on purpose. Like,
Yeah, I think it was some type of. I don't know if it was unionized or what the deal was, but yeah, had to look more into specifics.
yeah.
I don't know if it was the trains coming out or if it was the trains coming in as well.
Carl said he hadn't seen any coming from Canada up there in Michigan.
Oh yeah, he's right up there in that train alley.
Yeah.
He's always got a train coming by somewhere.
Yep. And if he's not seeing them,
Yeah, something ain't flowing.
yep.
I mean, even it, but I mean, I don't know how long it's been going on, but yeah, stuff like that definitely will affect certain shipments. Depends on what's being shipped on the trains.
Yeah. And Knee Puppet didn't sound like he was having any, like, less things to haul, or that's what I always ask him. Okay, how's trucking going? You seeing anything different?
Yeah, I
It
think
hits, I'm sorry.
some things. I mean, some things are flowing. I mean, of course, the price is going up. I mean,
Yeah. I don't know. They're really hitting the stores for the price gouging is what I've been seeing. That they're
we've
kind of,
seen a lot of disasters at these different food plants and stuff like that. But
yes.
even with that in place, some things are just overcharged as it is. I mean, overpriced as it is.
Yeah. Whoa. Trains on strike. 93,000 employees locked out, and Air Canada going on strike anytime too. I thought Air Canada was already on strike. That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
90,000.
figure almost 100,000 employees.
Yep.
That's the airline.
That's the train. Just the train.
Mm. Yeah, that ain't good.
Mm.
Remember a couple weeks ago when they had that Microsoft issue, the issues of a lot of the planes and all the places were having.
Yes. Yep. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close this one down.
All right.
Thank you for coming up and talking with me. I appreciate that.
Ain't no problem anytime.
Yeah. So check it.
Good night, everybody. And y'all have a blessed Friday and an awesome weekend.
Now, check that out sometime.
All right. I got you. I'm saving it in my tab.
All right. Cool.
Good night, y'all.
Thank you, Wildlife. Have a good night.
You too.
Molly, y'all have a good night. I didn't expect it to run this long. I was just gonna share the new intro and see what y'all thought about it. But it's been so good to see all of y'all talking. I've missed y'all. It's just been day to day here, and I'll try and come on more. The adventure is ongoing. All right. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you for joining me. Stay safe out there. Y'all keep an eye out when you're going shopping, when you're going doing whatever you're doing. Just head on a swivel for sure. Crazy people out there. Try to stay away from them. You too, Al. Wayne, absolutely never give up. All of y'all. We can't give up. We've been in this too long. We got to see how the story ends. Y'all have a good night. God bless you and see you soon.